Hi, this is Stray Passer. Welcome to my review of Roadhouse 2024 version, not to be confused with the 1989 version starring Patrick Swayze. This version, of course, stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Daniela Melchior, Conor McGregor, of course, Jessica Williams, Billy Magnuson. I think that's his name. I don't want to butcher his name. Yeah, Billy Magnuson. Okay, and it's basically about a ex UFC fighter, Elwood Dalton, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. He gets hired. If you've seen the trailer, you know he gets hired by this woman that owns this roadhouse in the Florida Keys. They changed the location to the Florida Keys. He owns it. She owns it, and she wants him to come down and basically be a bartender because she's getting all these fights and stuff. You know, somebody's basically trying to. Billy Magnuson, his character, wants the land that she's built. You know, that she has the roadhouse on. He wants to build, I think, resorts or something on there. So he wants her to get off. That's the basic story of it. And so she sees. She actually doesn't see him fight, which you think they would, but she knows him by reputation, and of course he, you know, from being an ex UFC fighter. So she wants him to come down. You know, makes an offer to him to come down to her place, and you know, but he has issues. Elwood Dalton, Jake Gyllenhaal, he's a kind of a laid back guy. Doesn't really, you know, kind of lackadaisical, I guess you could say, and he has a history, of course. Uh, but eventually he makes his way down there to her bar, and like you said, you've seen the trailer, you know the basic premise of the movie, and you've seen the other Roadhouse, you know the basic premise of this is. This is slightly different. They changed it up from the Patrick Swayze one where they brought him in. He was supposed to be the best bouncer ever when they brought him in, if I remember that movie correctly. And Sam Elliott worked there as also, who I'm a big fan of Sam Elliott. But this version just, you know, changed things around there. Like I said, they changed locations and just changed things about, you know, around a little bit in the story. But it's basically the same story more or less, although they, like I said, they changed little details and stuff in it. Okay, but for the most part, I was looking forward to this because, like I said, I'm a big fan of Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he's a really good actor, and I like, you know, he reinvents himself with every role he plays. So definitely a big fan of his. And I do like Daniela Melchior. She played Rat Girl in the James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie, and I loved her ever since I've seen her in that. And she's been in several other things since then. So I definitely wanted to see this. In the trailer it was funny enough that I was invested in watching this. And of course, this debuted on Amazon Prime. I know there was a big deal with Doug Liman where he thought this movie was supposed to be promised to get released theatrically, but I think Amazon said no, they were going to put it on streaming. I know it was a big deal that Doug Liman didn't promote it and stuff. But the movie is a well-directed movie, and I actually like it pretty much. Like I said, they made it different enough that, you know, that I think you can enjoy it for what it is. You know, for people that haven't seen the old Patrick Swayze version, you can see. And again, the Patrick Swayze version was kind of a fun movie. You know, the one kind of movie that you check your brain and you watch it, and it's a silly, mindless fun, and I enjoyed it. Now this movie is, like I said, slightly different. Like I said, Conor McGregor is in this, and he plays sort of the hired antagonist in this movie. And Conor McGregor can't act, and he's just playing Conor McGregor. Let's just be perfectly honest. He's not doing anything, and you don't expect Shakespeare when you hire Conor McGregor anyway. He's brought in for a specific skill set, okay, and he does what he's supposed to do in this movie. He's basically like to me, like the Tasmanian devil. If the Tasmanian devil just he like bounces he like bounces a lot in this movie, which is very weird. But Jake Gyllenhaal, I really like him in this because like I say, he plays this laid back character. He has a past, of course. You know, he's like a West. They even say it in the movie. One of the young girls that he meets in this movie, she even says, "You're like the mysterious stranger that comes into a Western town to clean it up." You know, mysterious with a secret past and all this stuff. That's basically what this is and stuff. And it has a lot of comedy in it too, and it's really funny to me in a lot of spots and stuff. And Jake Gyllenhaal is in fantastic shape for this because, you know, he's playing an ex UFC fighter. So, and he has issues and stuff that, you know, that with his past and stuff and things that he's done. And he really is kind of a laid back guy, and he really kind of takes the job as kind of a last resort because of something that happens earlier in the movie. And like I said, he's a laid back guy for the most part. And all these, you know, like Billy Magnuson, who plays like I guess the head bad guy in this. And Billy Magnuson, he's either playing a jerk, he's always playing a jerk, a likable jerk, or just a jerk in practically every movie that he's in. I think he would probably make a good Booster Gold of Billy Magnuson. That's how he is. But this movie, like I said, I liked it for the most part. I think the first part of the movie is pretty cool. I think the second half of the movie kind of drags, and I don't really think that he has that much chemistry with the actress who play, Daniela McCall, who plays Ellie, the nurse that he goes to, he visits when he goes to the hospital. I guess she's the love interest. I don't think he has much chemistry with her. Okay, I don't think it's. I just don't think they spent enough time in the movie together for them to have natural chemistry. I don't think, so, but she's okay in this movie. But I don't think they have that much. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not. You expect a spark, even in that. The Patrick Swayze and Kelly Lynch, I believe, who played the doctor in that movie. They had really good hot chemistry in that movie. In this movie, not so much. But I think the most part of this movie is just you want to see the fights. Exactly. I think that's the primary motive for me to see the fight. I want to see him fight Conor McGregor. I wanted to see him fight all the various sidekick bad guys and stuff. And he does a really good job of doing that. Exactly. That fight at the end when him and Conor McGregor was pretty intense. And I like that. But like I said, this is not a fantastic movie. This movie is almost 2 hours long. And it was okay for the most, especially the first part of the movie. I really kind of like the setup of the movie. Okay, the second part, not as much because it gets sort of, kind of wonky at the end. But I did like the fight between him and Conor McGregor at the end. Okay, there's a fight in the middle, but the fight at the very end that they have is pretty intense and pretty cool. And like I said, this is a good movie. Like, it's a streaming movie. It's on streaming now. So, and if they released this in theaters, I definitely would have went to see it because, like I said, I'm a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan, and the trailer did intrigue me enough to see it. And I think it's a decent movie. I don't think it's the best movie. I know it's a remake, with them making changes to it, but I liked it for the most part. It was an enjoyable movie. I watched it last night while I was eating my dinner, and I really, I liked it. It wasn't fantastic. Could have been better, sure. Okay, but yeah, I still enjoyed it. So I'm gonna give out of my 4-star rating system, 4 stars being excellent, 3 stars being good, 2 being fair, and I think 1 star being poor. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 stars. Okay, which is I guess somewhere in between above fair and not quite as good. So I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. Like I said, it's like I said, it's almost about 2 hours long, and like I said, these bad guys are not that fantastic, but I think Jake Gyllenhaal, when he's on the screen, he keeps your interest and stuff. And like I said, he has a past which they kind of go into in the movie, and you watch the movie, you'll understand what his past is with his UFC career and stuff. And like I said, Conor McGregor is like a cartoon in this, like I said. And like I said, they hired him just because he could be an intense guy, and the fights will look realistic. I guess that's why they hired him. He's not the best actor in the world, I guess. And like I said, I think you don't hire him if you expect Shakespeare. You hire him to beat up things and smash things and stuff and have fights. Okay, and so I guess in that case he did his job, but he's not the best actor to be perfectly honest. I know there's been other like I said, wrestlers and stuff and fighters that actually gone into acting that actually been pretty good. And maybe given a chance, if you can see him play anything different than just because he's always Conor McGregor, so that's the problem with him. But other than that, like I said, it's an enjoyable movie. Again, Jake Gyllenhaal, who's like I said, he's one of my favorite actors, and he always puts us all in this. And Doug Liman did a great job with the direction. The locations are beautiful down in the Florida Keys. It's absolutely beautiful, breathtaking. The water shots and all that stuff. That's pretty good. And like I said, Daniela Melchior, who plays Ellie, his love interest. Like I said, I kind of wish they had more scenes together, because to me they didn't have enough scenes together to really build up the kind of chemistry that that you expect the love interest to have. But like I said, I still enjoyed it for what it is. So again, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 stars for Roadhouse 2024. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen it, what do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my other channel, Bob Views and Opinions, so you check that out as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon. Again, my Patreon's only $5 a month. I have tons of content on there, tons of unedited content on there. I got movies on there. I got Marvel shows, DC shows. The last 2 things I put on there were X-Men 97 episodes 1 and 2, and so I'll be reacting to that and putting that on the Patreon unedited as well. So follow the link down to the my Patreon page and check that out. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And This is Trey Passes. Thanks so long and take care.